Okay.
Welcome to Help Stop the Genocide in American Ghettos podcast. I'm your host, Emmanuel Barbee. This afternoon, we have a special guest, Minister Farida from Cameroon. Okay, you're on the air. Go ahead, woman of God. You can speak now.
Hello, Mr. Emmanuel.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Emmanuel Barbee.
Yes.
Hello to all your followers and your viewers. It's
Yes.
a pleasure to be here. I pray my network doesn't mess me up today because I went through a lot of stress to get a better network.
Yes.
Yes, so I am particularly happy about your vision. It's something that um, not everybody can run with. It's quite a heavy vision and it's quite a powerful one. So I applaud you for that. And all I can pray for is that God will give you all the support that you need, raise people who can support you and dream come to pass. Yes, so I am Minister Farida. I am a woman of God. I'm a worship minister. I am an entrepreneur and a chef. I do a lot of things because I'm a very fast learner. So anything I put my hands to, I'm able to start up with. So I guess I'll just go into sharing the short message that I have for your viewers tonight.
To tell my listeners a little bit about your business, please, and if do you have a website?
I don't have a website yet because I'm still building the business actually. I launched this particular business last year, 19th of February, which was my birthday. I launched this particular business because it has to do with the kitchen. I'm passionate about the kitchen, everything that has to do with food. And it just got me thinking in our world today, it's very difficult for people to have good home cooked meals because they are busy with work, busy with different things. And when they get home, most times they just order takeout and they're too tired to make something for themselves. So I came up with the idea to make cooking easy, very, very easy for a busy person, a husband, a wife, a single mother, just anybody who is too busy to cook. So what my business does is we deal with spices and food items. So what we do is we get these food items ready for cooking. So you just literally have to buy it and put in your pot and mix, and that's all. For the cooking spices, I process off, I purchase them, and then I process them and package them. So you just have to buy and make your meal in the shortest time possible. Yeah, so that's what my business is about. I have all type of African food spices, and I'm currently working on foodstuffs. I'm bringing in foodstuffs because Cameroonians especially have a lot. We have a lot of food, so much food. So yes, so I'm bringing in the foodstuff one after the other, and yes, so you can just buy your boiled beans, then you get your spice, you get your oil, you get your boiled meat and everything, and just mix in your pot, and you have a good and decent meal. Yeah, so that's what my business is about.
Listeners can, like I say, patronize you. What's the name of your
Yes,
company?
to
Mhm.
patronize me, the name of my company is Heavenly Spice,
Okay.
Heavenly Foods and Spice.
Okay.
Heavenly Foods and Spice. Yes.
Okay.
So I'm currently working on the social media presence. So once that is done, I'll make sure to communicate it. because I also send out of the country. I've had to do that a couple of times already. So yes, I'm working on the social media pages right now.
No problem. Okay, you can continue,
Okay,
please.
can you still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. So you can
Okay,
continue.
all right. Okay, so all right, so that's about it for my business. I guess I can get into the short word that I prepared for today. Um, yes, so I was thinking and praying and asking God what I could share today, and this word kept dropping in my spirit: healing. And thinking about healing, I got into the Bible, so I'm just going to open Luke 8, verse 36. So healing is a very, very, very powerful word. Okay, so I'm in Luke 8. I'm in Luke 8, verse 36. This is the story of healing, actually. The Bible says, those who had seen it told the people how the demon-possessed man had been cured. So in this story, we are told about a demon-possessed man who was very hostile to people, and literally people couldn't pass through that path anymore because he would attack them and all of that. And then he encountered Jesus and he received his healing. Now, what I want to share this evening is how deep this word called healing is. In Greek, it is called sozo. Sozo means being healed, being delivered, being made whole, all of that encompasses healing. And there can actually be no salvation without healing. There can be no salvation without healing because Jesus came to heal hearts. He came to mend the brokenhearted. That's what the Bible tells us. And that is healing. God's desire for us is for us to live in wholeness and in the reality of who He created us to be. And so we cannot be authentic or walk in our full potential if we are broken, if we are not going through the process of healing. Now, an individual cannot be totally healed, but we walk through the process of healing daily. Because guess what? You still get hurt, you still be mad, you still get angry, you still face situations that will cause you to, even destabilize your mental state a little. But that is why healing is a continuous process. So it's not a one-time thing like, oh, I'm healed, I'm whole, so I don't need healing no more, right? So authenticity is the ability to show up in your realest form. And I'm just going to use a popular Bible story. We know of Adam, who was God created the first human, who was in the Garden of Eden, and God created Adam in wholeness. God created Adam. Adam had no problem. Literally, he would walk around the garden naked. He wouldn't care. He was just authentic. He was himself. He was real. But now the problem comes in after he eats the fruit, the forbidden fruit, and that causes him to be broken. That causes him to be broken. And because he is broken, he loses his authenticity, and then fear grips in. He becomes unsure about himself, about his identity. This is the same man who would walk naked in the garden. But at this point, he's literally hiding from God. And God is calling, where are you? So Jesus came to heal us from this broken state in which Adam took us into through sin. Jesus came to take us through this process of healing, which means that you cannot begin a process of healing without God. And you cannot be authentic out of God because God is our creator. When you buy a product, let's say a gadget, you get like an iPhone or so, it comes with a manual. And this manual guides you, it leads you on how to use this particular gadget, because if you go out of it, you destroy it. And so it is impossible to be authentic and to be whole out of your creator, because wholeness and authenticity only comes from God, because it is through this authenticity that purpose is birthed. And you cannot walk in purpose if you are not going through the process of healing. Now, I'm just going to use you, Mr. Emmanuel, as an example. The incident that happened in Chicago is something that left people heartbroken, traumatized. A lot of families are still going through that pain till today.
Yes.
And when you look at Martin Luther King, this wasn't a broken man. This was a man who was walking in healing and wholeness. And that is why he could walk in his full potential. That is why he could be authentic and walk boldly as a leader, because he knew who he was. He knew who God said he was. And so when you begin to walk in healing, you receive your identity in Christ. And now let me use this to illustrate. If the son of a president walks into a shop, he's got no problem with money, or so, you just pick and pick and pick and then just send the bill, and he settles the bill. Now the way he walks into a shop with boldness, like, I've got this covered, I have everything under control and everything, because he knows who he is. I'm the son of the president, who is going to talk to me? But now an ordinary person who probably has a budget, is working on a budget of like $100. They enter into a shop, they are specific. Okay, I can't go above this, I can't go above that, and I can't go above this because I am limited. But the president's son knows that I have an unlimited budget, so I can get whatever I want. So when you go through the process of healing, it helps you to walk in your full potential. You walk in your identity. And that is what happened to Martin Luther King. And because of that, he was able to inspire a lot of other people, just like you. I think you should be about the 1% of those of Chicago inhabitants who has such a dream, to rebuild Chicago, to bring back what it was before, and you're running with it. But other people are still in the pain. Whenever they think of the incident, they don't see nothing positive. All they see is negativity. All they see is pain. All they see is trauma. All they think of is what they've lost. But because you have gone through the process of understanding that, well, I have to go past this and I have to go through my healing journey, it has helped you to birth forth a dream. And now you're able to work in your full capacity, you're able to work in your authenticity, and you want to be able to make other people dream like you do because of healing. Yes, sir.
Say something too, woman of God, since you brought that up. I want to encourage my listeners to please support me by purchasing my revised book, quote, The Solution for Black America, Reclaiming, Rebuilding, and Restoring the Urban Ghettos in America, second edition. It's available in two forms. It's available as an ebook for $9.99, and it's also available as a softcover book, which is what I'm holding now, for $15 plus shipping and handling. I'm going to provide the link in the comment section below this video podcast. But woman of God, the reason why I intervened to say something, I didn't mean to, impose on your sermon, but I just wanted to share this with my listeners as well as with you. Once we get this Christian business, I want to say up and running in the city of Chicago with the help of African immigrants, because I'm using them to. That's what the Lord put in my heart, to have them to work with me, so that way we can go to those 10 African nations that I always talk about. But eventually, we are going to come to Cameroon too and make our presence known there. So it's not about just Chicago. We're just going to use Chicago as a model first for credibility, woman of God. Because when I come to Africa, I don't want to come to Africa empty-handed. I want to be able to expand my Christian business, recruit, I would say, the locals to join the grassroots community activist movement, for them to become members. And I want to provide jobs through my Christian business.
Wow.
And so that we can, and also so that we can do international trade, not just only here in Chicago, but in also the other 10 African nations across, the African continent. That's the goal. Oh, wow. I think we lost her. Oh, no. Oh, well, yeah, she's having internet issues. Okay. Are you back? Go ahead, woman of God.
No, I'm so sorry. My
It's okay.
network
Go,
started shaking again.
yes, go ahead. Continue, please. Oh, yes, continue if you can. But this is how come I do this. I created this platform to give other people opportunities to promote their business, their ministries. I'm not on here just trying to sell a book. The book is just the beginning. It's about me trying to raise funds for this film project. So we have our GoFundMe page up and running now. We also have our PayPal giving fund page up and running. So I need people, listeners, please donate towards either or. The reason why I'm using GoFundMe, because I want to use a crowdfunding source, so that way people would know where the money is going. But read my story first. That's all I ask. And if you're in agreement with that, make arrangements to come on this platform. Okay, are you ready, woman of God? Are you ready? Oh, I can't hear you.
Yes, I am.
Okay,
Please
go.
just confirm if you can hear me well.
Okay, go
Yes,
ahead.
I am. I
Yes,
am.
go.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. Continue, please.
Yes. Okay. So, yes. So as I was saying, I was talking about the process of healing,
Yes,
and there's something very important that I want to mention when it comes to healing.
yes,
For you to begin the healing journey, you must be vulnerable. You must come to a place of vulnerability. You must be able to admit how you feel, how this thing made you feel, how it hurts you. And then from there, you can actually go past that. Because the thing that causes us to stay in a place of brokenness is because we live in denial. We don't want to accept what happened. We don't want to accept the incident. And so it leaves us in a cage. And so if you're not vulnerable to start accepting these emotions that you feel and be willing to work on them, there's no way that you can go through the healing process. And another step after that, the next step after that is forgiveness. You have to be able to forgive yourself for however way you participated in whatever situation that happened. And you have to be able to forgive others. Now, forgiveness isn't um, an easy thing to do. Trust me. Forgiveness is sometimes so hard because when you look around at the people who offend you, they probably turn to act like the victims, or they are not sorry at all, or they don't even want to say sorry, but forgiveness has to be for you because it is what frees you, it's what liberates you. Because unforgiveness will cause you to build walls around yourself. And these walls stops you from receiving everything that God has in store for you. Walls are bad, but boundaries are necessary. So when you begin to forgive, it helps you to build healthy boundaries to be able to protect yourself. That is the process of healing. So without vulnerability, without forgiveness, you cannot go through the process of healing. Yes, so this is my short teaching. This is a very short teaching that I had to share with your viewers today. Um, I just really wanted to encourage someone out there. Something happened today, actually. While I was getting ready for this meeting, I got a message from a very close friend of mine, and he was crying, and I couldn't believe why is a grown-up man crying like this on the phone? And he told me his sister just passed. It so broke me, and I had to rush down there to see him. And when I got there, his mom was uncontrollable. She was going crazy. She was literally just walking around and shouting her daughter's name, the trauma of losing a child. And then I started asking God, like, my God, how is this woman going to start this healing journey? How on earth is she going to begin this healing journey? There's a process in grief that we call acceptance. That is the very first process of grief, where you're able to accept that, okay, this is
Ladies and gentlemen, okay.
and then you start dealing with it. But if you don't accept the situation, you cannot deal with healing. So I'm just out here to encourage your viewers that God is a loving God. He cares about our wholeness. He cares about our hearts. He cares about what we feel. He cares about our emotions. He's not just some big guy sitting up there looking at us and he would hit us once in a while on the head when we do something wrong. No, he's actually a very loving father. He wants to be involved with us. Guess what? God actually wants us to run to him whenever there's something wrong. No matter how filthy we feel at that time, you may have just committed a sin and then you feel so terrible about yourself, you feel dirty and everything. But trust me, that is the time when God wants you to run to him. He wants to be a father to you. He wants to be your healer. He just wants to hug you and make sure you know and reiterate that he loves you so much. The Bible tells us that nothing can separate us from the love of God, which means that even if you're a killer, you're whatever terrible thing that you've done, you've been a robber, you've
Ladies and gentlemen, just bear with us. We're having a little technical difficulties, but again, the show must go on. Um, like I say, anyone that purchased my revised book and read my story, if you're in agreement with my vision and plan to help improve Black America, then make arrangements with me to come on this platform so we can talk about it and encourage others to get involved. Again, I've been pushing my vision and plan for the past 33 years. Yes, I'm tired. But again, this is why I created this platform, because I refuse to be ignored. I have something positive to offer. I want to be able to create the best African American business within the United States of America for credibility and then expand it to 10 African nations. Okay, woman of God, continue, please.
Yes, so I was saying that before I end my short message, I
Yes,
just have one last thing I would like to share, and
yes,
it's about fatherhood.
yes,
Um, God is our father. God
yes.
is our father, and our earthly fathers are supposed to be a representation of God. But most times we get hurt. We Our earthly fathers don't really meet up. I don't know about the US, but here in
Same,
Africa, it's tough.
it's the same thing over
Growing
here.
up, it wasn't, it's crazy.
Mhm.
Growing up, you weren't allowed to say what you think, you were not allowed to be yourself. Even what you studied in school, I don't know about you guys, but even what school is, what your parents think is best for you, you know, at some point in your life, you actually don't have a say. So, but that's not the image that the Lord of Him. So I just feel it and I just sense it that a lot of people out there are going through father wounds. They have father wounds because they've been hurt by their earthly parents. Probably your father talked down on you so much so that you started you find it hard to be authentic. You find it hard
Yes, I understand where you're coming from. So, ladies and gentlemen, I need your help. I want to move this thing from behind the computer. I'm trying to connect with those of you, I would say Black Americans that's brave enough, smart enough. Make yourself known to me. Work with me while I'm alive. Don't wait until I am dead. That's all I'm saying. Work with me. Woman of God, you still got a little more time left if you want to finish.
on.
Yes. Go ahead,
Okay.
please.
I pray
Yes.
my network leads me this time around.
Yes.
Yes, so I was talking about father wounds, and I was saying that this is a message for someone out there. Maybe your father didn't represent God the way he was supposed to. And because of that, you find it hard to have a relationship with God. You find it hard to trust God. You find it hard to believe in yourself. That kind of a thing. I just pray for you that God would heal your heart. I just release healing over your heart and I pray that God will encounter you in a special way. I just pray that God will release His love baptism over you and that indeed you'll be able to
Stephen, my sister. I'm encouraging like-minded African immigrants in America that's brave enough, smart enough. Make yourself known to me. Work with me while I'm alive. Don't wait until I am dead. Want to get this thing popping here in Chicago first for credibility, so that way we can build the Grassroots Community Activist Institute of Chicago and expand it to 10 African nations, starting in South Africa. South Africa, we're coming. When I come to South Africa, I want to bring um, jobs through this Christian business. Um, we want to help solve your problems in South Africa, like load shedding and unemployment. So that's what we want to do. Go ahead, woman of God. Continue, please. You still have a little time left. Go ahead, please. So when I come to
Hello.
yes,
I'm
continue,
sorry, my
woman of
network
God,
is
please.
terrible.
Yes. You have 7 minutes left. Are you finished with your sermon? Hello?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes. Are you finished with your sermon, or do you, because you only have 7 more minutes left? I can't hear you. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I'm about on here. I'm not just on here just to be running off at the mouth. I'm here. I created this platform to recruit brave and smart people that's going to connect with me, and for us to get this thing up and running, and for us to move from behind the computer. That's why I'm on here. And I stand on everything I've written in my revised book. That's the foundation of my Christian business. Those that disagree, we'll pray for them. We will show them tough love, and we would keep it moving. We don't have time for them. They're just, it is what it is. I'm standing on business. Woman of God, you have 5 more minutes. Are you able to? You can continue if you like. We thank you for coming on this afternoon. Again, I want to encourage all of my listeners. I'm giving you an opportunity to come on this platform to promote your small business, to promote your music, to promote your ministry, your poems, your books. That's why I created this platform. And that's what I'm going to do in Kyle, Chicago. The same thing. Um, Again, we want to raise the bar. We want to make sure that um, we're going to screen people that come through our doors. We want to make sure that we don't have any con artists, because I don't associate with those type of people. I'm not saying that I'm better. It's just that I don't deal with those type of people. So
Oh, I'm
uh,
so sorry. My network is.
it's okay, woman of God. We still give the Lord all credit and glory for the opportunity. And is there anything else you want to say? Because the time is running down. You have less than 4 minutes.
Nothing. I just want to say a prayer for you that God will raise people, that God will raise people for you to be able to sponsor this vision, to partner with you to make this vision come to pass. And my second prayer is that it will not end with you. That just like Martin Luther King, you'd be able to inspire so many more people, many, many more people to birth a vision like this and run with it. Yes, and I pray as a woman of God from Africa that the doors of Africa are open for you anytime you start your tour in Africa. God bless you all the way.
And
Amen.
amen. Just a moment. I just want to say to you, please encourage people, I would say, from your country, Cameroon, that's here in the United States. Please talk to them if you don't mind. Encourage them
Yeah,
to.
I'll
Because that's who I'm trying to work
I'll
with. I
do my
want to work
best.
with African immigrants that's already here in America.
Mm, I'll do my best.
Um, we have less than 2 minutes. Is there any specific things you'd like to ask me? Before you do that, I want to encourage you as well as my listeners. We're going to be hosting our monthly virtual interactive conference. That's going to be Saturday, February 22nd. I'm going to say from 2 o'clock p.m. American Central Time, maybe up until 3. But it all depends on how many people that I can get to interact with us. If I have a lot of people that's going to interact, we can go for longer time.
Okay.
So, woman of God, I'd like for you to
Okay.
participate on that, please, on our
Sure
conference.
thing.
Yeah. And then
Sure,
tell your
I'll be
friends
there.
about it too. Yes, tell your friends about it.
Yeah.
Now, is there any specific
Okay.
questions you'd like to
Okay,
ask
I'll do
me?
that.
Yes. You have any questions you want to ask me, please?
Um, okay, I know that you're from Chicago, and probably the whole West Side incident is what inspired your dream. But is there something else? Because you talked of African immigrants, you talked of coming to Africa. Is there something else that drives you, that inspires you?
Tell you is Jesus/Joshua is the one that gave me the vision. And I refuse to sit up here and,
Mm,
just pass it off like, oh, I'm not going to do this. This is something that's needed for the Black world. The Black world is hurting big time.
mm,
I'm very proud of,
yeah,
uh, I'm going to say, our brothers and sisters in West Africa from Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger for finally, it took them 39 years, but they were able to finally kick out the French. I'm grateful for that. Africa, the
wow,
whole continent belongs to Africans. So I want
true.
to bring my business there to help our brothers and sisters on the continent starting in South Africa
Mm,
because the white supremacist financial elites, they still hold, I'm just saying, I believe 80% of the land, even though they
yes,
have a black government and all that stuff, whoever controls the land controls the economy, or sorry, whoever controls the economy controls the land. And
controls the
that's not
land.
right that those invaders, because we didn't ask them to come to our continent. Ever since the Europeans